So Beagle, and they go first time for the Boodles Cheltenham Gold Cup. Ahoy Senor, one of the first to show with Hewitt and Bravemansgame. Noble Yates, Plutar towards the inside early on. Galopin Des Champs in the yellow and brown quarter colours. Statler rousted along to gather speed as they all pop over the first. Royal Pagaille, Eldorado Allen towards the back in company as well with Manila Indo. So Ahoy Senor towards the second. Hewitt in second place. Noble Yates on the inside of Bravemansgame. Conflated took it in fifth place. Behind these is Protectorate. Statler's just struggling to go the pace early on. He's just pushed along amongst horses on the outside of Plutar, Sounds Russian and Manila Indo. Eldorado Allen. Galopin Des Champs is well back in the field, disputing second last with Royal Pagaille as they turn away. So heading on then towards the third, the early joust for the lead in the Gold Cup, won by Ahoy Senor. Leads Hewitt by just over a length, with Noble Yates settling on the inside of Bravemansgame third and fourth as they reach another plain fence number 3. Protectorate takes it next, Plutar in midfield. Galopin Des Champs still well back with Statler in mid-division, Manila Indo and Conflated. Sounds Russian held up with Eldorado Allen and Royal Pagaille as we reach the water jump for the first time. Ahoy Senor leads them over it, and they're all over. Now an open ditch for a plain one. And out in the lead, Ahoy Senor will approach the ditch where the takeoff board is just a little bit in advance of the fence, making a slightly bigger spread. And it's the lead from Hewitt in second place. The third, as Protectorate has made a bit of ground on the inside of Bravemansgame. Struggling to hold the position is Noble Yates, lifting back orange sleeves. Passed by Sounds Russian up on the outside and Conflated. Eldorado Allen. Statler is still just finding this happening a little bit quick on the outside of Plutar. Galopin Des Champs right at the back with Royal Pagaille as Ahoy Senor leads Hewitt and Protectorate towards the next. Bravemansgame took it in fourth. Galopin Des Champs rather skied that. Statler really is struggling to go the pace at the moment and has dropped right to the rear of the field here as they make their way on towards the next fence. Ahoy Senor has the lead. Ahoy Senor over. Again, they are all over. And again, Statler ridden away from that fence, 4 or 5 lengths detached. So Ahoy Senor it is who leads on the turn downhill. First time, Hewitt racing in second. Protectorate settles in third. Bravemansgame, white colours with the purple sleeves as Ahoy Senor just jumps slightly out to the right. Then Conflated. Conflated's on the inside of Sounds Russian, the outside of Noble Yates, Eldorado Allen, Royal Pagaille, Manila Indo and Statler are both struggling to keep up here. Pace has been relatively swift. Galopin Des Champs given some time amongst horses at the back with Royal Pagaille as Ahoy Senor leads them down the hill. So Ahoy Senor takes it in the lead. From in second place Hewitt and Protectorate in third. Fourth place for Bravemansgame. Reminders now for Manila Indo, and Statler hasn't been able to reduce the margin between himself, and I think Statler may well be pulling up in fact. His jockey just set up there and Statler is being pulled up, hasn't even made it through the first circuit. So Ahoy Senor leads Hewitt and Protectorate with Bravemansgame in fourth. Conflated races in fifth with Sounds Russian, Noble Yates, the grey Eldorado Allen, Plutar and Galopin Des Champs just moving amongst horses there. A great deal of room, but takes that fence just ahead of Royal Pagaille and Manila Indo, who is still the one that's very much struggling as they make their journey up towards the next fence. We're at the halfway stage in the Boodles Gold Cup. Ahoy Senor's found a nice rhythm out in front as the lead from Protectorate and Hewitt with Bravemansgame in fourth. Conflated is linked away in fifth with Sounds Russian, Noble Yates. Then behind these Royal Pagaille, Eldorado Allen, Plutar and Galopin Des Champs. Now Manila Indo are the back three. Manila Indo really is toiling now, and Manila Indo may well about to be pulled up right at the back of the pack. Manila Indo, I think, is about to exit the scene, so his good festival record comes to an end, and he also is out of the Gold Cup along with Statler. So it's Ahoy Senor that leads them towards the next plain fence. From in second, Hewitt, Protectorate is third. They remain ahead of Bravemansgame, Conflated, then Sounds Russian. Royal Pagaille on the outside, Noble Yates written along, Eldorado Allen, and still the back pair, Galopin Des Champs and Plutar. So this is the water jump, and it's 9 from the finish. Ahoy Senor still out in front, still just tending to shift to the right. Plutar at the back is in danger of losing touch slightly, 3 lengths off the back end as they make their progress on towards another open ditch. Ahoy Senor over, Protectorate jumps up well, then Hewitt, Bravemansgame, fifth for Conflated, then Sounds Russian. Galopin Des Champs is improving through the field on the inside of Royal Pagaille. Plutar still just sitting and slightly suffering, but has gone past Noble Yates and is now just beginning to pick off a few of the stragglers. So making the turn up towards the final ditch, which is 6 from the finish in the Gold Cup. Ahoy Senor out in front for Scotland and Derek Fox. Hewitt in second, Protectorate in third. Oh, and Ahoy Senor's gone! jumped so well to that point, and Aplutar was badly hampered as well and drops right to the back. Ahoy Senor, his jumping had been so accurate, one mistake and he exits the scene. So Protectorate and Hewitt are left in front in the Gold Cup. In third place, Bravemansgame. Fourth place, Conflated. Then behind these, Galopin Des Champs. All of a sudden, they're stringing out. Eldorado Allen. Then behind these is Royal Pagaya, gap to Aplutar and Noble Yates. Five of them with more fences to take bunch up as Bravemansgame and Protectorate move on to the quarters of Hewitt. Conflated in fourth, Galopin Des Champs. Then a gap to Royal Pagaya and Eldorado Allen as they run downhill. Aplutar, having been hampered, is now well behind, and Aplutar is being pulled up and has exited the scene. So racing down towards the third last in the Gold Cup. Protectorate and Hewitt with Bravemansgame, Conflated and Galopin Des Champs. They remain away from Royal Pagaya and Eldorado Allen as they now make the turn towards the final two fences. Hewitt out in front for Jordan Gainford. Protectorate in second, Conflated. The chance right for Sam Hewitt, looking for a gap between the front rank, held in by Bravemansgame and Galopin Des Champs. Poor Townend sitting quietly, now beginning to improve on the outside. They're all rowing away, but Galopin Des Champs and Bravemansgame on the outside, and the first two towards the last. Hewitt has come down at the second last race. Galopin Des Champs on the outside of Bravemansgame, head towards the last in the Gold Cup. Galopin Des Champs this year is over safely and has taken the advantage from Bravemansgame. The two of them sit up the Cheltenham Hill with a Gold Cup between them. Conflated in third, and it's Galopin Des Champs who's galloping his way to Gold Cup glory. Paul Townend and Willie Mullins land the Gold Cup by 5 lengths. Bravemansgame second, Conflated third, Noble Yates ran on stout is snatch fourth. Protectorate, Royal Pagaya and Eldorado Allen. Hewitt is on his feet okay, he does look shaken. It was a very, very hefty fall, but the horse is up, just being held, and I can see the rider, Jordan Gainford, is up as well. Galopin Des Champs, 12 months on from coming down to the last, he made steady progress, and going towards the second last, it became apparent that he still had plenty left. He got over the last, he raced away up the Cheltenham Hill to see off the gallant, the brave Bravemansgame. Back in third place was Conflated. Noble Yates stayed on really well from the second last, but the staying horses just couldn't go that gallop, sat around before a circuit. Manella Indo after a circuit, and Aplutar with the fall of Ahoy Senor. His chance had gone. Galopin Des Champs avoided the trouble, and 12 months on from capsizing at the last, has won the Gold Cup.
A brilliant performance from the favourite. And what about the ride, AP?
As brilliant a ride as I've ever seen in any horse race. Talk about riding a horse with bottle. Oh my God. Talk about the pressure, the privilege of pressure. Oh my God, he coped with it better than anyone I've ever seen.
Ruby?
I'm delighted for him. I echo AP's words completely. Look, you come into Cheltenham with all the pressure to drop him right in and ride him the way he rode him. He's probably listening to people like me giving out all week when he does something wrong, and then to put it all away and then go and do what he did there. Delighted for him. I mean, he's champion jockey in Ireland, I don't know how many times now, Ed, and he deserves every plaudit he gets. And there was brilliant race riding in it. Harry Cobden, to be fair to him, off the home turn, kept it all tight. It was a compelling race to watch. You wanted Bravemansgame, Galopin Des Champs, going at it to the last. That's what horse racing's about. I thought it was magic.
Well, I'm standing with Paul Townend, and Ruby Walsh and AP McCoy have just paid you tribute for riding this horse with amazing bottle, Paul. But tell me, you've just said this horse, you said this horse got you out of some trouble today. Talk me through that.
It wasn't clean sailing anyway, that's for sure. Everywhere I went I was to run into a bit of trouble. And as I'm jumping, just got a bit careful for the first circuit, but going out I had full faith in him that he was going to get me out of trouble. And he did. Proper horse, because he's ran about 3 different races and still won a Gold Cup.
What was that feeling like when you were still seemingly swinging, turning in, and everything else was working hard?
I was delighted to see them all going at it in front of me. It allowed me a chance to fill up and be the last one on the scene. You know, if they had sat in front of me and quickened, I'd have had to chase them, but it just gave me a chance to fill them up after making up a lot of ground.
Well, you've won this race before. And there are celebrations and smiles when a jockey wins a race, but then there are celebrations and smiles when you win a Gold Cup and you looked up to the heavens. What is that like, even though you've done it before?
This race is it's just different. It brings winning to a different level.
And a brief word with the man here. The smile on your face when you came to greet this horse said so much. What are you going through right now?
Absolutely over the moon. Came here last year, thought he was going to absolutely sluice up, and just came down. And I said all year he'd come back for the Gold Cup. He's glad he done it now.
Last year's gone and forgotten. You're a Gold Cup hero now. Congratulations.
Audrey Taylor joins me now. You are the owner of the winner of the Gold Cup.
Well, I mean, it's like a dream come true. It's like something I've never dreamt of. We never thought we'd be here with such a wonderful horse as Galopin Des Champs, winning the Gold Cup at Cheltenham Festival. Really and truly, myself, my daughter Sarah, and my husband Greg, we're just so thrilled. We've huge support here. All our family are here, so the excitement has been high all week. Well, actually, for a very long, much longer than that.
You are shaking.
I am. I mean, I don't know what to see, what to think, what to say. It's just so unbelievable and wonderful. And really, we have to thank magnificent Willie Mullins and all the team in Close Sutton. I mean, we wouldn't be here having this wonderful day without them. They've just been fantastic, obviously.
And after the disappointment of last year, forget all of
No,
that.
we're going to forget all of that, absolutely. I mean, these things happen, and in racing anything can happen, as we know. So here we are today, beautiful sunshine day. Galopin has won, and we're thrilled.
Well done. Awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
As Paul Townend punches the air, what good news to hear that Hewitt is up off that horrible fall. Ahoy Senor is up and okay, and he caused a bit of carnage behind him, bringing down Sounds Russian, who's okay as well, thank goodness for that. Bravemansgame was second at 6-1 and just got an ovation coming in. What a brilliant race. And Conflated was in third. Sam Ewing coming in at the last minute and giving that horse a great ride. And in fourth was Noble Yates, would you believe? What a Grand National trial he has run in his bid to retain that title. But Ruby, Willie Mullins, to think that this was his bogey race, not anymore. First album photo twice, now this guy. And watch him here. Surely this is what you've been teaching him all year, to settle and come from behind.
Yeah, it is, Ed, and probably Willie Mullins' issue was the bogey in the Gold Cup was me, because as soon as I went, he'd have to win the three of them. But yeah, look, Paul gave him a brilliant ride, and from early in the season, he's been that way. Adam Connolly rides him every day at home. His jumping was so much more professional. Like, he's completely caught everyone by surprise last year in Close Sutton, that he was so exuberant and wild. That's not him. What you saw today is the real Galopin Des Champs. But look, I thought it was a wonderful race to watch. The King George winner and the Irish Gold Cup winner going to the last in the Cheltenham Gold Cup. What more could you ask for?
And tell us a bit more, Ruby, about Paul Townend. A big celebration at the end there on the walkway. He's really getting the crowd going. We'll come back from that because AP, this is a great angle to see how well Bravemansgame ran.
Ran a huge race. As Ruby said, what do you want? What more do you want? The King George winner, an Irish Gold Cup winner. Bravemansgame ran a huge race. A lot of people have been questioning because all his best form has been on flat tracks or whatever, but he'd only ever ran here once, and that was when he was second. So fair play to Paul Nichols. He had him to train to perfection today, but he just got beaten by an outstanding horse.
Ruby, I'm not sure I've seen Paul this animated before.
No, it's a big week from Ed, and plenty has gone wrong. I mean, I didn't miss him when he was too far back in a pre-edit. They get plenty of criticism, and you know, you got to stand up and take it and then perform, and he has gone and performed here, and you're delighted for him. I mean, this is the pinnacle of the sport, and he was under pressure. He's a 6-4 favourite. He walks him out almost last, at the back, down the inner. You put your neck on the line, and he delivered.
He's delivered now 6 out of 7 times over fences. The only blemish, that fall last year in the Turners with the race at his mercy. He won the Martin Pipe the year before. And the race, Nick, it must have gone quick. We lost Stato, pulled up early. Manila Indo couldn't go the pace either.
I'll tell you, that I think it shows the maturity of Paul Townend, because he must have been thinking to himself, oh my goodness, why am I not travelling better than I am? They must be going hard here. And sometimes you've got to have faith in your own ability to judge a race, and that's exactly what we saw with Paul here today. But the surprise was the end-to-end gallop. There was no hiding place today. There was no excuses for some of these horses. A little bit unlucky to see a high senior come down. Really pleased to hear that he's up, and really pleased to hear that Hewitt was up as well. It was a bold shout running here, and he was running a great race for Connection.
And off that pace, AP, as you said, as good a ride as you've ever seen, because he was so cool.
Yeah, so cool, riding such a fancy horse at the Cheltenham Festival, in the Cheltenham Gold Cup, that everyone thought, you know, he was kind of the talking horse coming to Cheltenham, and he delivered, and delivered big time.
And what a great scene this is going to be. What a moment for young Adam Connolly, leading in the Gold Cup winner that he rides and looks after. For Audrey Turley, the lucky statue works. There's Jackie Mullins on the right, Willie's tending to his other runners. Congratulations from Henrietta Knight, who won 3 times with Best Mate. Simon Lanier saying well done. Because Paul Townend's won a 3rd Gold Cup, a 3rd for Willie Mullins. Galopin Des Champs has won the Boodles Cheltenham Gold Cup. Confirm the results. A bad one for the bookmakers once more, because Galopin Des Champs went off at 7-5. The favourite wins the Gold Cup. Bravemansgame so brave in 2nd at 6-1. Conflated was 3rd at 22-1. If you had the first 4 in the Gold Cup, it was Noble, Yates, AP. That's pretty much perfect to head to entry with, isn't it?
Yeah, because he was off the bright a long way up, but as we know, he keeps going and ran a huge Grand National trial. He could go and do a Tiger Roll and back-to-back ones.
Well, Willie Mullins won't get to 100 this week, but it's just a matter of time. And there's the winning owner, appropriately in green on St Patrick's Day, on the day she owns the Gold Cup winner. Here's the debrief. And what can you say about the trainer, AP, apart from the fact he's just an absolute genius?
Absolute genius to train, the amount of winners at Cheltenham that he has, and to win, as you said, we thought the Champion Chase was a bogey race and the Gold Cup was a bogey race. There's no such thing as a bogey race that Willie Mullins, is there?
And part of the reason I think he's so good, it's like
he keeps winning.
No, but Sir Alex Ferguson had a great team around him. He didn't coach those great teams. Willie Mullins has got David Casey, he's got Ruby Walsh, he's got Harold Kirk there in the sunglasses.
Yeah,
Patrick Mullins, it's some team.
It is some team, man. He has everything, and right back, as Kevin spoke about, to the buying of the horses, to the training them as young horses and getting them all the way through the system. He has it absolutely to a T.
And brilliant news, Mick, because that was a tough Gold Cup. It was tough to watch at times. This is a tough sport. Hewitt's okay, the Hoyson, you're perfectly okay. Likewise, Sam Thrasher.
Yeah, look, that is the best news of all.